Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are sharing with you our Carnival Mardi Gras review.
And the Mardi Gras was our first cruise of this year and one of the best ones that we've done. Absolutely loved this ship. And we've been on a lot of Carnival cruises before. This was by far our favorite, I would say.
Absolutely, yes. So we actually booked this one in August on its maiden voyage, and it was absolutely amazing. We celebrated our 26th wedding anniversary on the ship, which was really cool. And this was a week-long cruise, and this ship is absolutely spectacular.
Yeah, one of the things that I love so much about it is the food. And when we go on Carnival, we don't always think food, although I think Carnival does have really good food. This ship had food a little bit beyond any other Carnival ship we've been on. And we did, because it was our anniversary week, we did use some of the specialty restaurants. That was not a disappointment at all. I still remember those as being some of the best meals I've ever eaten in my life.
Absolutely. The Pig and Anchor is not unfamiliar to those who have been on some Carnival ships, but they kicked it up a notch, as Guy would say. And it's actually a sit-down restaurant. It's huge space on the Mardi Gras, and I found it to be a really enjoyable area to hang out in, too.
And the teppanyaki restaurant, I found to be the best one on this ship. It is a little bit hard to get into. We actually had to get on a waiting list to get in there. We were trying to get into Rudy Segro and ended up getting into teppanyaki instead. It was pretty hard to get on. So that's another tip, right when you get on or before you even get on. If you're going to go to these restaurants, make the reservation ahead of time, because they do fill up. They're not big. Rudy Segro is small, and the teppanyaki is small, and they can only serve so many people. But the teppanyaki, one of the best meals I've ever had, without a doubt. It was amazing. They gave you so much food that I couldn't even believe it. And I've said this before, but I've never been to a teppanyaki where at the end they have the extra food and they're trying to figure out who to give it to. And at the end of this one, people were just like, no more.
I'm begging you.
No more. They couldn't give the food away to anybody because they'd given you so much food. So you will not feel cheated at the teppanyaki.
No, it is absolutely worth every single penny for that one. But all of the food spaces are really amazing. Another one that I really enjoyed was also Emerald's. And we had a couple of meals there, and that was really enjoyable. Now that one's also, as you mentioned with the others, a little bit tricky to get into. You can't really make reservations there, but it is a great area to kind of hang out in as well.
Yeah, what we did was we waited till shore excursion day, and when we were going to get off the ship at about 11 a.m. and the ship was docked at 9, so everybody kind of rushed off. We just went down to Emerald's, had a slow breakfast, and then walked off the ship at 11. So if you're not on an actual shore excursion, you could do something like that, and it'd be easy to get in there. Another one I loved was Shaqs Big Chicken, which is a real casual place, but just really good chicken.
Yes, it was. Like you said, it's casual, but it was surprisingly really tasty. The chicken was really good, and we come from Chick-fil-A land. The chicken sandwiches were really good, and the fries were amazing. They were a little bit different than any fries we've had before, and those were actually really good with the sauces and all the different things that they offer. Now, they also did offer breakfast there as well. If you were up and about early and didn't want to go to the buffet or sit in the dining room, you could have breakfast at Shaqs as well.
Yeah. Now, one of the things that sets this ship apart for Carnival is the public spaces, and these public spaces are phenomenal. There's a big, giant space right in the middle of the ship, which is kind of like an atrium of old, where there's performances, and you can kind of sit in this kind of amphitheater style seating around it, and then there's another level above that where you can kind of sit around at tables and watch what's going on. It's kind of the central hub of the ship. It's right near a couple of the specialty restaurants, and a really beautiful, beautiful space, I thought.
Yeah, absolutely. And I thought a really cool area right off of that atrium space was that French Quarter area as well, obviously themed because the ship is called the Mardi Gras. So that was a really great area too. You kind of felt like you were, hanging around in New Orleans down there.
Yeah. Another space that we loved was the thermal suites. And we did have the thermal suite included in our cruise because we had one of the Cloud 9 Spa balcony rooms up on level 17. Now, the thermal suite's on level 5, but you do get this cool special elevator that takes you right from 17 to 5. It's the only 2 levels it goes to. So if you're up on level 17, you can get down there quickly. One thing I would say about the thermal suite, although it was amazing, it was a little small, I thought. And that was maybe the only negative that I've seen was that it was smaller, and at times it would get filled up. So if you're going to do that, same thing applies as to getting into emeralds and other things, is pick your spots. So when other people are doing something else, like they're either at the show or they're at a dinner, that's the best time to do some of these things like that.
Yes, like that kind of later dinner time slot was a great time to go down there because that's when everybody was having their dinner for the most part. You could either, have the buffet or eat an early dinner and go down there and enjoy the area, but it was a little bit small for the size of the ship and how many people would be on it and how many of the rooms are available, as well as them selling the passes to the thermal suite. But what they did have was gorgeous, from the thalassa pools to the different saunas that they had as well. It was really great.
Now, one thing that did not seem small was the bar areas, and the Havana bar among them. We were in there several nights just kind of listening to the music, and I would say there was only about 5 or 6 other people in there with us, and it probably could seat, I don't know,
a good amount of
80
people.
100 people. So
yes,
there was a lot of room to be had there. And it's possible that people thought you had to be in the Havana suites to go in there, which you don't. But it was really a nice place to hang out at night.
Yeah, it was. There were a lot of really great bar spaces, all types of stuff available. And probably one of the most popular ones was down there in that French Quarter, the fortune teller.
So our room on this ship, like I said before, we had the balcony Cloud 9 Spa room, and it was really a step forward as far as rooms go from other Carnival ships we've been on. We've been on the Magic this year and some other ones, and this just seems so much more modern. And it's only about 10 years more renewed than those older ships, but when you get then on an older ship after being on the Mardi Gras, it feels like you've gone back 30 years because
taken a time machine back in time.
You think, how could these be so different? And it is quite a difference. The TV was amazing, the balcony was amazing, the beds are amazing. Everything about that room we thought was great.
Yeah, and even a little bit of technology in there too with operating the lights, and you can use your app to put the key in, the key code, and you can get in your room that way. So a couple different upgrades that they don't have as well in some of the other ships too.
Yeah, I thought the staff on the ship was great. We actually had the privilege of Rudy from Rudy Seagirl was on our ship with us, and you would see him walking around and talking to people, and we talked to him several times outside the restaurant. And they do have just the staff, and we would go in and talk to them, and they would just make sure everything that we needed was taken care of. Really attentive, really great. Some of the best staff that we've ever seen on a Carnival cruise ship.
Yeah, absolutely. And we do actually, before we go on, have lots more videos about the Mardi Gras, from ship tours to coming along with us on some of our shore excursions as well. So make sure you guys go check those out before you take off from the channel. Go check those out because we do have a lot more on here as well about the Mardi Gras.
Overall, I would say this was a cruise that I felt like we got our money's worth out of. It was definitely worth it. Definitely, it is a little bit more than, say, going on the Magic or the Glory or one of these other Carnival ships. But I felt like that was money well spent, and I would definitely go on this ship again. It is worth going on, and I think you will feel like you did get your money's worth out of it.
Absolutely, I agree with that. It was obviously a little bit more also, as it was also the maiden voyage of this ship as well. So it did have a little bit lower capacity as well when we set sail, and had a lot of special things to offer. But it's a gorgeous ship, and we had an incredible time on the Carnival Mardi Gras. Hopefully this video has been helpful to you guys. If you have any questions for us, put those down in the comments and we'll check those out. We also have lots more travel information on our website, groundedlifetravel.com. And guys, don't forget to subscribe to this video for more content like this. Give us a like, and maybe we'll see you on one of the ships.